I hate that I have to do some type of crazy hook to get your guys' attention to tune in. In YouTube, it's like, oh, you gotta hook them in the first 7 seconds so they can stop and watch. I hate doing that, but it's what we gotta do. So ChatGPT says I need to say, I almost quit everything this week. Burnout hit me hard, and I knew I had to make changes. Here's what's happening with the channel and how you can avoid burnout too. Anyways, I'm Erica Crouppen. I'm the owner of Crouppen's Poopin' Scoopin' and KPS Media, the host of the Scoop podcast, and the owner of a new school community called She Built That over on the school platform. Let's talk about burnout. Let's talk about what's going on with yours truly. Here's some lessons I learned and the future of this YouTube channel and the podcast. So let's get into it. So basically, I've been doing YouTube for a long time. I want to say 2018, 2019. I started doing YouTube when I quit my hospital job. I started documenting the journey of when I left and I went all in on my business. And you guys have seen it. I mean, I went back and watched some of my videos. And I'm like, who is that girl? I got new teeth. Because I got a little money and I got my teeth fixed. I've lost some weight. I've had several hair colors over the years, which you guys have seen. And we just hit 1 million views on YouTube. And when I think about 1 million views, like I have videos over on TikTok, one video hit 1 million views. 1 million views over there is nothing. 1 million views here on YouTube means so freaking much to me. This has been a grind, this has been a hustle, and for a long time, this channel has been a labor of love because there wasn't a lot of money that was being generated. I was putting more money from Crouppen's Poopin' Scoopin' into the media because I knew it was going to be something eventually. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I knew I eventually wanted to have a media company where I had a team and we're doing podcasts and we're interviewing people, we're shining light on other business owners. I wanted to eventually have my own product, have my own courses, like a lot of things, right? Alongside with the pooper scooper industry. But I had started creating Crouppen's Content Lab because I wanted to show people how to do content. I overthought it too much and I wasn't in the right space for it. I think I started doing it at the end of last year. And as you guys know, last year was just a really tough year for me, so that just wasn't ideal. But this time around, I do have a community that I want to talk to you about, but there's a couple things that I want to talk about first before I spill the beans on the community. But going back to hitting 1 million views, those views mean so much to me. They mean so much. I've worked very hard for those views, like very, very hard. And I have a lot of companies that reach out to me and tell me that they can do things with my channel and they can make my views better because my views are relatively low for the content that I put out. And I've been told time and time again, because I'm not strategic and because I don't do the clickbait stuff, it just feels a little gross to me. It does. Maybe I lead too much with feelings in this YouTube channel. I'm not really too sure, but my whole heart believes that this channel will pop when it's supposed to pop. And I'm so proud of the 8,000 of us that are here. So incredibly proud of it. And a couple weeks ago, I had this guy reach out to me quite a few times and like, I can get you more views, I can get your videos in front of more people. And I was like, oh, that would be great. Like, I would love that. Because I don't do a very good job of promoting my content like I should. Even with your business, think about this. Think about it. You have your business, you work really, really hard, but are you promoting it? Are you letting everybody know that it exists? Are you putting out those yard signs? Are you reaching out to those old customers that you have in your database? I just went and did that today. I just set up a couple campaigns to send out in Jobber to reach out to people. I sometimes do a bad job doing that as well, and it's so silly. And same thing with the content. It's like I have so much content and I was pumping so much out, but I didn't have the back end built out for the promotions. So I'm changing a lot of things. Things have to change because your girl's burnt out. So before we continue, oh wait, no, we're gonna finish the story that I was telling. I hired this guy to help promote my videos, and I didn't really ask a lot of questions. He just told me that he's gonna promote it, he's gonna push it out, and it's going to get in front of the people that it's supposed to get in front of. I was like, okay, great. So a couple of my videos had like a few thousand views on it. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is so great. But then we were looking at it on the back end, me and May, and we're noticing that those views are coming from like Egypt, Africa, and overseas somewhere. And I'm like, no, 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 no. This is not right. This is not right, because the whole purpose of this channel was to make sure that whatever the content is being put out, it connects with the people that it needs to connect with. So if it's slow growing, it's slow growing, because that's just how it is. And so I stopped with that. I was like, no, I don't want inflated or fake views because it looks better to sponsors. I want every single view to mean something. Every comment, every person that subscribes, you subscribed because you wanted to be here, not because it's some subscriber farming or whatever it is. So I did that for like a week. He said, you know, I'll promote your videos, and I noticed what was going on behind the scenes, and so I'm not continuing service. I feel bad, like part of me feels bad because, you know, I want to support other people, but no. I messaged, I said, I'm not jeopardizing the integrity of my channel for that. Like, that's crazy. And I didn't think about it. I was like, oh, it's just promoting. So I stopped that. So when I seen that I had over 1 million views, just to let you know that I was close to hitting 1 million views before I even hired this person. So for any of you that are like, you bought views, I did not. But I was super incredibly proud of the 1 million views that I received. But I was just thinking, like, over on TikTok, it's just so easy to get those views. But over here on YouTube, it's just such a hustle and it's such a grind. So I want you to think about this as you're growing your business, and maybe it's a slow start, or you're trying to make changes in your life. And it's like, oh, I feel like it's not working. It's not changing. I've been at this for 6 or 7 years, and I finally hit 1 million. Yeah, it was slow, but I stayed consistent, I stayed the course, and I adjusted the course as needed. My aunt's cleaning my house right now as I'm in here talking to you guys. That's on delegation. Cheers to that. But anyways, yeah, I've made changes. I've made more videos, I've made less videos, but I decided I needed to kind of take a breather. I reached out to the team. I said, hey, listen, I need to take a break. We were producing a lot of content. I'm not necessarily getting the payback that I want from it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a pause. I have so much content for the podcast that we're doing encore episodes. We're gonna pull the interviews that performed really well and I thought needed to have more airtime. We're gonna run those all summer. And then as for the YouTube channel, we're gonna be posting just a lot more shorts and promoting the other long form videos. And this will give me a time to kind of regroup and refocus and figure out exactly what I want to do with the channel, because here's where I'm struggling. And hear me out. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Because I'm not in the field anymore. I luckily have 2 full-time scoopers that they are taking care of all the field work. Because of that, I'm not out in the field getting inspired, wanting to create content, showing you day in the life, showing you any of that stuff. I would have to go put on my uniform, put on my scooping boots, put on my hat, put on my vest, and go in the truck and either A, take some jobs from them and go do the work, or I would have to fake it. I'd have to be like, day in the life, we're gonna go do this, and I don't like it. I can't do it. I could probably do it like once or twice, but I have to be like, I would have to tell you guys and be like, listen, I'm not even in the field anymore. And that's where I've been struggling at. I will be going in the field, I wanna say at the end of next month on a Friday, but there's a lot of houses on Friday because Christine needs to take a day off, so I'll be covering her shift. And I can't really record when I have that many houses. I need to have only like maybe 6 or 7 houses or something. So I can set up and I can record and then I can edit and I can do all of the things. So showing that type of old content of being out in the field and showing and scooping, I would have to set up production and I'd have to plan it out. And most of my content, like we talked about, isn't super planned. It's just what comes to my head. I'm like, you know what? I think this would be a good video. And that's how I've rolled through it. And so it's been a little bit difficult now that I'm more in the office. And I know there's a lot of new scoopers here and they want to see that in the field stuff. And I just don't know if I can produce that kind of content anymore in this season of life, because in this season, I'm on the next phase where I'm trying to build out the systems, I'm trying to grow the business, and I'm trying to develop those leadership skills. So the content that wouldn't be podcast content would be office style content. Are you interested in seeing that type of content? That's what I want to know, because that's the next step for this channel, is showing that type of content, is showing the growing of the business, is showing now me building out a school community that is for female business owners because I'm building up another business. I started another business, you guys. I know this is crazy. And I have a partner this time. I have a partner that she has a 7-figure real estate company and she is very successful. Trisha Dork, she was actually on the podcast. She's a powerhouse. That interview is like a fan favorite. That will be re-airing. Her and I have partnered together to do this. And then I'm gonna restructure Krupin's Content Lab and get that out there as well, because David from Scoop Sharks asked me about that community and I'm like, ugh, I haven't done nothing with it. But it was a reminder that I need to. But here's what happened, is I started building it out. I swear to God, you guys. I was like, Erica, you don't even know how to create content. That's how overwhelmed I got. That's literally how overwhelmed I got, because I was like, you don't even know how to do this. I do this every single day. And if you can relate, let me know of something where you do it, but it's like when you have to explain how you do it, that's what's difficult. And that right there is what keeps a lot of us business owners stuck in the field, because we're doing it every day, but it's like taking the time to slow down, look at what exactly are we doing and what can we document, either video, written, whatever, so we can replicate that through the training process. It's very hard to do so. And a lot of times we get in our own heads and we overthink things, and then we don't make the changes that we need to make, and then we go through burnout. And that is exactly where I'm at right now. Let's talk about tips of burnout. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. You want to recognize the signs early. For me, recognizing burnout, that looks like not working out like I should, eating like crap, wanting to sleep more, not being on top of sending out my quotes when leads come in, not going out and advertising my business, getting out there. For me, that's burnout. I am a super active person. I'm super passionate. I want to grow these businesses. And when I notice, when I lose, it's not even the motivation, because I do stuff even when I'm not motivated. It's when I lose the drive and the focus, that's when I know that I'm super burnt out. And this is where you have to be like, oh, it's happening. What are we gonna do to make the changes? And you have to start saying no to stuff. You stop. You say, I'm gonna do less, and I'm gonna do more of resting or sleeping. And in the business world, this is what it looks like. Realistically, say if you have so much work and you're so burnt out, raise your prices. Raise your prices. And say if you can't hire, right? You can't hire, it's too much. Raise your prices. You're gonna lose customers. Yeah, you're gonna lose them. You're gonna have less work, but you're gonna be making more money, because there's customers that are gonna stay with you for more money, okay? So that's how you're able to balance that part out. As for personal life, you might have to say no to going on the extra trips. Say no to going to the family functions. Say no to phone calls when people call you and they have BS. Say no. Say yes to whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. Like, I decided I wanted to go on some trips. I wanted to go away and go on some vacations, because last year I didn't get to vacation at all. I didn't get to do anything. Last year I felt like almost killed me. I have gray hair now, and it's all because of last year. I truly believe that. And I think it's also important to build a community around you of supportive people that can keep you focused. Having people around you can be super draining, but if you have the right people around you, they can keep you focused and energize you. And if you don't have the energy to find those people, this works in steps. Take some time alone. This is what I did when I became sober. I took a lot of time alone, worked on myself, did therapy, went to church, worked on issues that I had behind the scenes. Then I started going out little by little, and I just kept people in my life that were a benefit. And for a period of time, I felt like I was the negative Nancy friend. I was the drama friend. I was the one with issues. But because I'm not always like that, I know my friends were like, oh, she's just going through something right now. And they didn't judge. They loved, they encouraged, they checked in. They gave me the space that I needed. But that was a whole process. It was a whole journey. This stuff doesn't get fixed in a week or two. In a week or two, you can relax, you can rejuvenate, you can get more hydrated, make sure you're drinking your water. When I came back from Mexico, I drank some tap water and I was like, this water is disgusting, because I've been drinking spring water. And the kids were like, we've been telling you that. And I didn't understand because they would always be like, I don't want to drink tap water. I'm like, it's fine, just drink it. It's gross, I can't drink tap water now. I'm bougie. Okay. And then change up your routine. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do when I get stagnant and I get bored. I change up my routine. I change up my work routine. I change up my personal routine. I change it all up. So even with the gym right now, I haven't been going to the gym. I have not been getting up at 4 a.m. and going to the gym. My husband has not been getting up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. My husband also has not been getting his 6:30 a.m. breakfast, which he's kind of displeased about. And I was like, well, get me up and go to the gym, and then I'll give you your breakfast at 6:30. He hasn't gotten up, so I haven't gotten up and he hasn't gotten breakfast. We've been sleeping in a little bit. I've just been wanting to sleep in. I'm tired. I've gained some weight. I've gained a little bit. My pants are a little tight right now. So we're gonna actually change that next week. We're gonna get back on the wagon because we can't let all of our gains go to in the toilet. But I'm noticing that there's the changes, and so we're gonna pivot. And same thing with the business and the YouTube channel. I was producing 2 podcasts a week and then a 3rd video and pumping out a bunch of shorts. My editor, and she's overwhelmed, and the YouTube channel just isn't producing that much money. I mean, if we want to be super transparent, the YouTube channel produces between like $400 to $600 a month. That doesn't even cover a full paycheck for an editor, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, oh, there's no extra money, so I gotta quit producing so much content. We need to get more strategic with it. Because at the end of the day, these videos that I put out, they're free for you, but they cost me. There's a lot of cost behind the scenes. It's the time that's spent and then the money that's spent to kind of allocate. Because people ask me all the time, how do you do it all? Well, I built a team that helps me. I can't, I couldn't do all this on my own, but that definitely costs some money. And that leads me to my second thing is I have a paid community on here for YouTube. I don't like it. I don't like it. So if you're watching this and you're part of my paid community, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna figure out how to cancel that, and you can have a free membership to my ladies group. If you're not a lady and you're in my paid community, I'll figure something else out for you. Your wife or your girlfriend or somebody else can have access to it. And you might be like, hold on a second, ma'am, Erica, what do you mean it's just for ladies? Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna tell you why. Business is very male dominated. And I have been the only female in several rooms, several of them. And it's just a different vibe. I wanted to create a space that was for females where we can talk about female issues. Say for instance with Jobber. A couple weeks ago, I flew out to Vegas to do a podcast with Jobber. My menstrual cycle decided to come and she was trying to kill me. She was literally trying to take my life. You know what I had to do? I still had to show up. I still had to engage. I still had to have a smile on my face, even though I felt like I looked terrible. I still had to drink my water. I still had to perform, put it on for the camera, take interviews, engage with people, cover up the pimples that were on my neck, wear a baggier shirt because I was bloated because of PMS, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I want to talk about. I also want to talk about the goods and the bads and resources for females, for grants and businesses, different ways to connect with other women in the areas. What else are we gonna do over there? We're gonna have like local support for each other because there'll be people that are in different parts of the world and different states, but we're also gonna have local support. So if you have a ribbon cutting for your business and there's women that are local, we're gonna go to that for you. We're gonna hype you up. Because I remember I didn't wanna do a ribbon cutting because I was like, I don't even have any friends here. Like all my friends are online. I don't have a lot of local friends. So I was like nervous it was gonna be crickets and nobody was gonna show up. We're also having a book club. Like this month, July, is gonna be Eat That Frog. So we're gonna have a book club. There's just a lot of potential. We're eventually gonna have an event that's gonna be put on. I'm very much inspired by the Poop Scoop Millionaire community. William has been so incredibly kind to me and he's taught me a lot and he's helped me. He's like, anything you need, I'm here for you. Like, let me know if you have any questions. And so this time around, building out the community, I feel more confident because I wanted to make sure that we're building something that will be an excellent resource for our community and something that I could be super proud of. So I made some changes, right? I thought it out a little bit more. I got a partner that is more successful than me, somebody that I strive to be. So then there's an array of women that are starting, that are haven't started yet, that have 6 figures, or have 7-figure businesses. We have a lawyer in there. We have 54 members right now. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this time to build that out, because if you want to talk about it from a business aspect of it, let's talk about the business side. You know, I need to build something that is going to be income producing. With YouTube, like we talked about earlier, my channel's super small and I love my channel, but it's not producing the type of income that I need for it to produce for the amount of time it takes me away from my actual business and from my family. With She Built That, this is going to be income producing eventually. Like, we're building an asset. I don't know what that's going to look like, but you know, it is income producing. And Williams also taught me a lot about how to like reinvest that money back into the community, how to do that, and he's going to teach me a lot more, which is really nice. So then that way it's like you're supporting the people that support you type deal. I'm excited. I'm really excited about where this community is going. Oh, I got off on a tangent. Let's go back to tip 5 with burnout. Rest. You got to rest without guilt. And I'm gonna be doing some resting. Like, I just got back from Mexico and I did some resting, but I feel like I need to do a little bit more. I bought a sauna and a cold plunge for my backyard. And the cool thing is I can't have my phone when I'm in there. So what I do is I put my phone on and I put on some music, some worship music, and I just hang out in the sauna for like 25 minutes. Phone free, just me and my thoughts and the music. I can pray, I can think, I can do anything but scroll on social media, because I need a social media detox. And I encourage you to take a social media detox too. I truly do. And a lot of people are spending less time on social media in the summer just because they're living their lives, they're doing other things. So if you're posting stuff and your views are low, that's typical. You're in the poop scooping industry and the customer acquisition is super low, that's completely normal. Just know that that's how the seasons flow. It'll pick back up in the fall and in the winter. And then definitely in the spring for our people that get snow. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have a strong thing. I probably should have led this video with, God, what is it? I got 1 million views on my YouTube channel, and here are my thoughts. It took me 6 years to reach 1 million views on YouTube, and this is what I've learned. After 1 million views on YouTube, I'm ready to quit. But that's it. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap this one up. This one's gonna be a direct upload, baby, because I'm not doing no editing. But my call to action, my CTA that I'm supposed to have at the end of every video is, if She Built That sounds interesting to you and you want to be a part of my community, it is a paid community. It's not free. It's not free. It is a paid community. You can either pay for the year at a 30% discount, or you can pay per month. New, we're just building it out, but we have over 50 ladies in there having some conversations. We are starting the book club next month, which is in a couple days. So if you want to get in on that, we're going to be reading Eat That Frog. One, I would love the support, to be super transparent. I would love the support, and I would also love to connect with you. This is going to be more intimate. It's a little bit hard to connect on YouTube because it's so public, and the comments that come in. Over on there, we can post videos, we can post pictures. So there's a lot more ways. There's a lot more where I can interact with you versus you just interacting with me. And this is going to be a more personal connection. But yeah, I would love for you to join. And if you're a fella and you're like, what? If your wife wants to be a part of it, send her the link. I'll put the link down in the description. Send her to it. I would love to connect with her as well. And in the near future, I will have Krupin's Content Lab built out so you can become a part of that. That's where I'm going to show just the content side of things and not overwhelm myself. Slow it down, do the basics. And I think the issue was I was trying to get it all built out before I had the community. And with She Built That, we're building it together. Like, we just built the logo together in the community, and we're building out the book club together. That's the right way to do it. That's very similar to business. I think in business too, we think we have to have everything figured out. I know I did. Lean into your team, lean into your staff, especially if you have that one person that, like, you got your ride or die. Lean into them. They want to help you. Allow them to help you, and build a culture to where you challenge each other, you have expectations, and you thrive together. And that's what's going to really allow for your business and other ventures to flourish, because it's all relationships. We're focused on the people, man. And I understand there has to be strategy and there has to be some smarts behind it. My brain just doesn't operate that way. I wish that it did sometimes, but what can you do? What can you do? So I'm gonna get out of here. This one is a long one. And if you stay to the end, drop a frog emoji down in the bottom. I'll talk to you guys soon. And hopefully I see you over in She Built That. We have merch too. We have merch.